Okay, okay, okay. Hey! Okay. Ah, all right. Hey, YouTube. I'm back. I'm here to look at some more games and look at some bets. I went 7 out of 8 tonight, so pretty happy with it so far. Great start to the channel. I think we're like, I think it's like what? I don't even know what the channel record is, but I'll start putting it up here in the next video. But it's definitely great. So I'm gonna just go over the games real quick, and then we will get started. I'll try to do this quick. We have Lehigh against American University. I liked Lehigh. I thought they were live on the money line. I never take the money lines just because I'm just not crazy enough for that yet. But they covered. I thought it was a good spot for AU to lose. I mean, I didn't see the teams as much different from each other, so I liked Lehigh. They brought it home. Wofford, they won outright too. Like, I didn't expect them to. I expected them to cover for sure, but I was impressed with their performance. I mean, that kid who's back, they look good with him back on the team. I think they're a pretty good team at this point. So happy for that win. Thank you, Wofford. And now on to Tulsa. So they went and absolutely destroyed Tulane. Yeah, I liked this game right away when I saw it. It was a great spot, and my thesis was right. It came true. So another win. Moving on to Georgia at Vandy. This was a great game. I honestly respect both of these teams after watching that game. I like them both. I thought Georgia fought hard and had a chance to win it, and Vandy held them off, and I covered by the hook, so pretty lucky. But it was definitely a great game, and I look forward to seeing what they do next. And moving on. Illinois State um, won outright as well. Pretty crazy, but it was thought this was a good mean reversion spot for them to actually just hit their shots and have a good game, and ended up being right. They won outright on the road, so great, another W. Moving on to Florida. Um, at Texas, hostile environment for Florida, but these guys are just true professionals. They got it done in the end. They were down for a whole first half, fought back, and just pulled away to win by like 10, between 10 and 15, I think around 10. So just where at I was thinking when I was taking the pick yesterday. And then last game, Morgan State. This was my first pick from yesterday that I liked. The line ended up moving overnight. They were the favorite by the time the game started. Took a big lead. Were beating on them in the first half. Gave up the lead and almost lost, but pulled back away at the end to go ahead and secure it for us. And then on to just the loss of the day. This was a terrible bet. Um, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I was like pretty confident on it, but Furman, there you go. You got me. You played pretty good. Even though Citadel was like doing good the first half, they were barely down 10.5, and then just second half fell apart. So rough loss, but can't be mad at 7 of 8. So let's check out what we got for today. All right, Charleston Cougars at Hampton Pirates. I like the Cougars here. I just think in general they're the better team in conference. They're better overall. They're better versus the hardest teams. They're better. You have the one thing that's holding me back is this. I mean, it's just kind of strange. This Hampton team just wins at home. And this sample is okay, Ken Palm 206. Charleston Cougars are around that. Charleston Cougars are probably around 200 in Ken Palm rankings. So it's plausible that they win this game. I know Hampton's off a few losses too, so I see the spot and why people think it's possible for Hampton to win this, although I would fade this. I don't think they can keep this up. All those consecutive home wins, like, no, that has to come to an end. It's just like, I don't want to do that right here. I'm just not man enough to do it. But that's what I would do. Like, I would love to have the gall to fade Hampton at home here because I think this is some I don't know. I think this is a fluke, but whatever. I'm getting it between 3 and 6. They're at -4.5, so whatever. Not gonna jump in on it, but heavy lean towards Charleston here. I just don't believe this, but we'll see. If I didn't just hit so many bets, like I would do this, but I'm just gotta be careful here because due for some losses. It's so tempting. It's so tempting, but I'm not gonna do it. All right, Bryant Bulldogs at UMBC Retrievers. I'm gonna take the Retrievers on this one. I think they're good. They really are a decent team, and it's just like more so them being pretty good. I mean, this Bryant Bulldogs team is almost dead last in Ken Palm. So like when you get up here towards 300, like especially trailing recent games, they're winning by almost 10. So talking about teams that are 60 ranks better than Bryant that they're beating by almost 10. At home, they're beating teams by 10 that are a lot better again than Bryant. So I like it. Bryant, okay, they're like scraping by in conference play, losing by single digits, but on the road, they're on average losing by 16. That's not good at all. And I mean, UMBC is probably like ranked 200 or something, 228. So still far better than these. Yeah, I like it. I'm taking UMBC to destroy the Bulldogs at home. Also, not to mention, this is a great revenge spot. They lost to Bryant somehow, so they're gonna whoop them. I like the Retrievers. That's my first bet. I got them winning 8 to 16, right? So I like this being at the lower end of that range, especially with some samples that I think are not so great. Like get rid of the ranked sample, you get rid of the overall sample, and you focus on these three in the middle. It starts to paint a different picture. So rolling Retrievers. Next game, Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. I think the line's a little low here. They're laying 1.5 on the road against Grambling, who I think Grambling's horrible. I really do. So this is mostly like a Grambling is terrible thesis here that I just honestly think Bethune-Cookman wins by multiple possessions. You could see second half of the season and in conference play they're, like 2 to 5 points better. The sample I removed because um the Wildcats, they went on a gauntlet early in the season against some super tough teams on the road. So, yeah, I like them, especially like on the road you're talking about almost 3 to 5.5 point edge. Like Grambling's losing by 6.5 at home to teams that are probably worse than Bethune-Cookman. Let's check that. Yeah, teams that are a little worse. So yeah, we're rolling Bethune-Cookman here. Is my second bet I took. I got them winning 2 to 4, so not like a huge edge, but it's enough for me. I honestly think they wreck them. Um, yeah, this game I'm not touching because like Temple's off like 4 losses, so they kind of are due for a win, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do win this. But at the same time, Florida Atlantic has been playing absolutely horrible after coming out hot to start conference play. And earlier this season, they were playing pretty good. So you could see like they have an overall edge. They have a great home edge. even first half of the season, but then once you get to more recent conference play, like Temple has an edge. So it's just like I could understand taking Temple with the points, but it's also like I'm like in my head like, okay, FAU has to bounce back too. So it's like both teams seem like they're in a bounce back spot, and I think the line's pretty good. I think it's pretty efficient. So I got it. I got them winning 2-4. So yeah, I'm not gonna touch this. I really don't know what's gonna happen. Definitely, probably lean Temple because I low key think that Florida Atlantic is just not a good team. They just can't get wins. Winthrop Eagles at Charleston Southern Buccaneers. I'm not interested in this game at all, honestly. The line looks okay. And Buccaneers look terrible in recent games, but it's like, okay, maybe they bounce back now. Like maybe this sample isn't so relevant and maybe they bounce back off of this poor performance here, right? This is kind of could be a spot. Could be a spot for Winthrop to lose, but eh, I'm not necessarily willing to get involved in it. I'll check the spot real quick, but I had other games I like, I think. Like Winthrop is I second in the Big South. Off a loss after a long stretch of wins, so could be a spot for them to just come in hot. Then we got them seventh in the South, so pretty bad. Mm, Not necessarily a great spot. It's not like they're off a ton of losses. They're just off one loss. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna touch this game, but I definitely lean Charleston Southern Buccaneers. I just don't know if I want to fade Winthrop off a L. All right, I can't do it. Oh, UNC Asheville Bulldogs at Gardner-Webb running Bulldogs. I would love to fade Gardner-Webb here because they're terrible and they lose at home on average by around 16 to teams that are probably similar to Asheville. So I could see it happening, but just like I'm not gonna back Asheville, UNC Asheville. I don't trust them whatsoever, so I can't get involved in this. Although I would like to back UNC, I'm not gonna do it. I feel like Gardner Webb has like had they've held to like basically single digits the last two games, which like for them is basically like coming off two wins. So I'm interested in fading them. I'm not gonna do it. My lean is Bulldogs. I have a lot of leans today, but I'm not committing. Leaning Charleston, leaning Temple, leaning Buccaneers, leaning Bulldogs. I'm not gonna take these though. I can't trust that. All right, High Point Panthers at Presbyterian Blue Hose. Um, I like High Point, but again, do I like them enough to lay 11.5 on the road to a team that like can't tell if they're terrible. So like they look terrible sometimes, but it's like okay, is High Point really killing it on the road? Not really. They're winning by 7 points versus teams that are probably ranked similar. Presbyterian 282. So, okay. Yeah, I can almost get there with High Point, but not willing to do it. UMass Lowell Riverhawks at Vermont Catamounts. Okay, so UMass Lowell is off like 4 big wins, and I would like to fade them, but they're getting 10.5 points here, and Vermont is just like, I don't know. I don't like backing Vermont. I don't think they're that good. They're alright, but I think the Retrievers are better. I got them winning by 5 to 10, so it's like I'm not gonna back them. Not gonna back UMass Lowell either. So moving on. Elon Phoenix at Towson. I mean, I kind of like Elon here to cover this, but not a strong enough lean to get involved. But I like Elon. I think they cover it. It's a good spot for them. They've been getting whooped. But they're going on the road and they're like eking out these wins to, teams that are probably around the same skill level as Towson. Yeah, a little bit worse actually. And then you have Towson winning by 6 on the road, but not doing anything. I mean, at home, but not really doing anything outside of that. I mean, Elon is ranked what? Around 200. So, I mean, they're clearing the number by similar teams to Elon. So I see where we're getting at here. I think I think that I think Elon can cover, but I don't really trust them. North Carolina A&T Aggies, UNC Wilmington Seahawks. This is a game I'm not too interested in. I think it's more than possible that UNC comes in and whoops them. I think it's also possible that they don't cover. I mean, UNC has been kinda hot, so UNC Wilmington, so chance they falter, but I don't like it. Stetson Hatters plus 6.5. Again, like decent home spot. I think the number's a little too high, but not enough for me to back the Stetson Hatters. Florida Gulf Coast Eagles at North Florida Ospreys. Um, I think this line looks pretty good. I don't think I need to bet this. I think it's about right. I mean, Florida Gulf Coast has an edge in every sample. Yeah, I'm not going to touch this. Delaware Blue Hens at Jacksonville State. I honestly like Delaware Blue Hens here. I could easily beat this team. Let's see what they're ranked here in Ken Palm. The Blue Hens are ranked 276. So a lot worse, but like they're a lot worse than these samples. So we're gonna have to look to Jacksonville, see what they are. Jacksonville State is 200. Okay, so now looking at these samples, like you could look at the Blue Hens, they're playing similar teams to that, and they're not losing that bad in any sample, even looking at good teams, like on average. Yeah, maybe the Blue Hens are misunderstood. Check the spot real quick. Delaware. check off 3 of those spots real quick. All right, so Delaware Blue Hens off 2 losses. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I like that. I like that. They're on the road though, so oh no, they've been chilling at home. So they went home, they're about to hit the road. This is the first leg of their little journey here. So I like that the Blue Hens are like kind of fighting to get into the conference tournament, actually. Yeah, they're 12, so only 10 teams get in the CUSA. I was just looking at this earlier, actually. So yeah, I like the Blue Hens to come in here and fight to the death. Jacksonville, on the other hand, sitting pretty at fourth. Oh, they're like tied for fourth. They're 8-8, but I mean, they're a few wins up on Delaware. It would be hard for them to get knocked out. I mean, they could though. This is actually going to get interesting. All these teams. It's going to be a little scrappy in this conference. I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. Ooh, Jacksonville State off a bunch of losses. They're spiraling. They need this. They really need it. Is Sam Houston in their conference? Oh, yeah. So I like the spot for both of them, honestly, but I think I'm gonna grab the Blue Hens just 'cause it's just kind of a like a non-obvious play. I don't think anybody's looking at this to back this, but I see no reason not to. I I did check the injuries, and there was something with the injuries. Let me just double check. There's Delaware. Delaware doing alright against the spread. They're both doing alright against the spread. Delaware had a bunch of injuries, right? Hauser, so this guy isn't used really. So this guy is like a big, but they have another big. It's just like this might keep me off it. What's this guy's name? Hauser. Like he's appearing in rebounds, top rebounds, but they got other big. So they got Fernandez, they got Emery. I don't think that matters that they lost this dude. Hauser, he's 6'9", 250. That's a big boy. They got Njoku though they could throw in there. They got Njoku to toss in there. And then this Emery kid, 6'9", 205. That's not as good, but yeah, this guy's probably helpful. Ooh, see, I see reasons not to take this now. Like they're missing a big Jacksonville off the 4 losses, and like, dang, I'm just convinced myself not to. All right, just being careful tonight. Let's check these spots like the Ospreys, cause let's see if these spots have any intrigue. All right, so Stetson, this is like a team I don't really want to back, but like I think 6.5, eighth in the A Sun, like Jacksonville's 10th in the A Sun. Jacksonville off 2 losses, Stetson off a win. Oh, Stetson does not win twice in a row. Don't do that. Jacksonville off 2 losses. Yep, don't like that. Don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Like, I honestly don't think, I don't think Jacksonville covers here, but they could. Yeah, not trusting it. Florida Gulf Coast Eagles, fifth in the A-Sun. Off 4 wins. Uh-oh, the Ospreys. 11th. Off a bunch of losses, kind of primed for a W. Okay, so everybody's in. Everybody's in. Florida Gulf Coast is chilling. They just are off a tough OT win. Now they're hitting the road to North Florida. I could see them messing this up. They lost by 9 last time they played them at home. Now they get a little sweet opportunity for revenge. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Interested in the Ospreys, but I don't know. Looks like the Ospreys aren't really gonna lose that bad at home. I mean, let's see what Florida Gulf Coast ranks in Ken Pom. They rank 245, so they're worse than these teams, and they're not losing that bad. They're losing by 4. This is concerning, losing by 9 second half of the season. But they score a lot of buckets, this team. It's just like, how is your defense that bad? Like, how? Hmm. Yeah, I'm not convinced. I honestly, out of all of these, do still lean that Blue Hens. But it's just like they're so banged up. I don't know if they're gonna be able to play two halves. All right, Missouri State Bears, Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. Um, okay. What do we got? Missouri Bears, I mean, they have an edge in recent conference play. They have an edge at home. Let's check the spots. I mean, I honestly feel that. Oh wait, I had this mixed up. So the home team, Louisiana Tech Bulldogs, they have a slight edge at home and a slight edge in recent games, but yeah, I don't think they should be favored by 2.5 points. I guess just because of the home edge, but I mean they're barely beating teams at home that are 190. Who knows what Missouri State ranks? 200, so 217, so around the same. So they're beating teams at home that are similar. I get that, but overall, second half of the season against like decent teams, they actually don't have an edge like that. I don't know. This is like kind of like a pick 'em to me, so I do like getting that 2.5. If it's a decent spot, I'll move on it. Oh, okay. They're due. They're like whatever. The spot is not, doesn't look like a spot that they're gonna win. Doesn't look like a spot that they have to lose. What happened when they played earlier? OT battle. So a close game where they won. Oh, Missouri State's gonna be seeking revenge. Okay, so both these teams are doing all right against the spread. Oh, this guy. Oh yeah, so I looked into this injury. This guy isn't really important to them, so maybe that's why they're getting some points here. This guy did appear in some of their stats for Louisiana Tech, so that kid Williams. Like it's not like he's like a top scorer or anything every game, but if you look at it, he gets a ton of minutes. Like he contributes. I mean, he's getting double-digit points a game. I like that he's not in. Oof. All right, we're doing it. We're doing it. I like the Bears. I wonder what the line's at. I'm not gonna check now, but okay, that's my third pick after all that. Got three picks out of this terrible slate. Slate is terrible. Maybe I'll go back for the heads. Alright, so UTEP Miners. This I messed up. The UTEP Miners are definitely getting 7.5 on the road. So Middle Tennessee, I don't know that they should be laying that. Like the only thing about it is that can't like in conference play, there's no edge at all. I mean, this team is not good. This team's not good. I mean, neither team's good. But like, okay, UTEP Miners season on the road, they are losing by 7, so that's not too comforting. But I mean, what's Middle Tennessee and Ken Palm? Oh, around the same. Okay, so like, yeah, I get where the spread's coming from. But I absolutely don't think that that data point is enough for me to be convinced that UTEP can't cover this, depending on the spot and depending on what they have to live for here. So let's check it out. UTEP, Middle Tennessee, like 7.5's a lot for a UTEP team that, what are we at? Ninth in the CUSA. Is this the one we were just looking at? 10. So UTEP fighting to get in too. Like, this is scrappy. Off 2 losses. Let's go. They're gonna have to get up. Seconds. Oh no, no, no. They went home. They got a couple of days of rest in between these games. This team doesn't really win twice in a row often. I like to fade them here. I do. I really do. I really like UTEP. What can I say? They're fighting. Middle Tennessee is like off a win. They don't usually win twice in a row. I don't think they're good. UTEP doing good against the spread. They're doing terrible against the spread, but hey, I honestly just think they're overvalued. I don't get it. I don't get it. And they got some injuries. Like, see if these guys are good. Loof, Alston, Smith. Those are their guys. I don't see these guys appearing anywhere. Alamu. Yeah, I don't see him anywhere. Injuries may not be an issue, but still, it's still a big. Like it's a big. That's not going to be able to play. Whoops. I don't want to get tickets to go see Mississippi. Let's see. Elston's the main big, probably. They got some other bigs here, so they got Jankovic. Oh yeah, they got plenty of bigs. This guy is not going to be missed. They got some bigs, this team. Maybe that's what people respect them, but like UTEP, they don't got bigs on here. Now they really only have one big. That's that's iffy. But it's like, alright, same weight. This guy has 1 inch on them. 6'9" is not even a big. I mean, they don't have a lot of people that are tall. Nah, they got him. Alright. I like it. I like it. I'm taking UTEP, whatever. Again, this is plus 7.5. I ain't doing things like that, but alright, I'll take UTEP. Alright, last game. New Mexico State Aggies at the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. All right. I mean, I like the Aggies here to cover again. This is that same conference, so it's like I think these are all going to be close games this week. With the New Mexico State Aggies, like these teams are all hunting for wins right now. 6-10, like off 2 wins. That's not amazing, but yeah, they don't win a lot. It's like Western Kentucky. They're they're off a ton of wins here. Yeah, they could lose. They could lose. Both doing alright against the spread. Oh, they have an injury. Doesn't look like anybody important. He's heavy for his height. Alright. What happened last time they faced off? New Mexico beat them by a lot. Wow. Crushed them. Okay. Well, I don't think I can I don't think I can take this one as much as I really would like to. I mean, got a New Mexico team that's like not losing by a lot, although they are losing a lot. So maybe that does create an opportunity here. It's just like, I mean, we got a North Mexico State team that's barely losing on the road. Western Kentucky 161, so they are better, but even in the samples of better teams, like this New Mexico State team seems to hang pretty close with people. It's not like they're crushing teams at home either. They're not really winning by this number. Like, I definitely have a lean towards New Mexico. I did not want to get this much in the weeds on these games, but here we are. Like, what is New Mexico State? Ranked 169, so. This might be a sneaky money line play. I like New Mexico State. Might grab them. Okay. All right. So I caught a bunch I liked at the end here. I didn't think I would find that, but all right. Let's just go over the ones that I'm gonna grab and move on. Hopefully win again. All right. So we're taking UMBC Retrievers minus 11 and a half at home against the Bryant Bulldogs. Think that they just destroyed this team by like 20 points. Then I'm going to take Bethune-Cookman Wildcats going and playing at Grambling. I think they comfortably win this game by a couple possessions. Not touching this. But my leans are Temple. I lean Temple, not going to bet. For this one, I lean the Buccaneers, but not going to bet it. This game, I lean UNC Asheville, not going to bet. Lean High Point, not going to bet it though. UMass, Lowell. This game, I just don't even have a lean. I just hate it. This game also, I really don't have much of a lean. Like, kind of lean Elon, but yeah, I have no clue. Elon's pretty bad. Oh, this game, no lean. I don't really have a lean here either. This one, I kind of lean North Florida at home, getting the points. Not gonna bet it. I'm gonna go ahead and just take the Blue Hens here. It's pretty crazy, but I like them. Gonna take the Missouri State Bears plus 2.5. I'm gonna take UTEP. All right, those are my 5 picks. Honestly, I really do like New Mexico too. I'll consider throwing this one in there. I definitely lean New Mexico State here. I just think that they just are holding it close with they're holding games close. They're not really losing. They've been playing pretty good in the most recent sample in conference. Like again, just like losing a lot, but not losing by a lot. Right, maybe I'll take those and just go in for 6. So I'll take New Mexico State, UTEP, Missouri State. These 4 games I like at the end here. It's pretty crazy. Delaware Blue Hens plus 7.5. Missouri State Bears plus 2.5. UTEP Miners plus 7.5. And New Mexico State Aggies plus 5.5. All right. Those are the picks. I'll put it in the comment, and that'll do it. Thanks, everyone.